I know there's someone who needs to hear this, but practice shouldn't be one of those things that you dread. It should be a place where you have fun while allowing yourself to make mistakes. It also isn't always about scales and exercises. Sometimes it's not about how much you can learn. Sometimes it's just about perfecting what you already know. You shouldn't be too attached to getting better. You should just do what you have to do and just let go. I guess that's why I'm comfortable with sharing my practice here right now. This is going to be a realistic video on my practice session, and I'm going to try not to edit. Of course, if there's, long-winded moments, I might edit that out just so you can get an idea if you needed it. There are different types of practice sessions, and this one is I'm going to be working on a tune that I recently started working on. So when I work on a standard, I pick a standard. Usually how I pick standards is I'm always drawn to the melody, and one of these tunes is Around Midnight. I've really been enjoying ballads lately for whatever reason. I've been working on Around Midnight, and I'm going to continue working on it today. Another one I've been really enjoying is Speak Low. I love the melody of that song. I have my earphones, I have my iPad, and I might use a backing track. So as I said, I'm not going to be doing much editing. So just know that this video is going to be a video that is just a real-time sort of situation, more or less. So the first thing that I do pretty much when I learn a tune is I listen to it. And I use YouTube quite a lot, and I usually choose the album version. I listen to it mainly to hear how they interpret the melody. Denmark does this thing. I'm sipping on some Sprite Zero. Need something to keep hydrated while you practice. But anyway, so I have the melody, and then the chords, I'll just try to, so it has this descending, this is not a tutorial about Around Midnight, so I'm not gonna take you through the chords and whatever, but just give you an idea of how I work through it. So because Around Midnight has this descending bass line, by the way, I chose to play EP because I was in an EP kind of mood, and I like the sound of this EP on the synth keyboard rather than my weighted keyboard. This one has, it's more brighter and clearer, I notice. The EP on my weighted keyboard is a little bit too much mids. This one is more brighter, so it has this bass line. I'm not too concerned with catching the chords, It's all pretty much the same chord, but I let the bass line do the work. So I'll probably first play the head and see how I can incorporate the melody with the harmony. And I'll probably make it a -6 chord because it's giving me that whole tone sound that Monk really likes. So Is that thing that Mark does? It sounds like triads to me, I'm not sure. At this point, I'm just playing through the chords and the melody, and I'm doing the best I can with what I know, you know. I'm not necessarily working on voicings. When I'm trying to play a tune, I play a tune with what I know, voice it as best as possible based on what the song is. I do think the lead sheet says F half diminished, but I just made it F7 because I know Monk likes the dominant sound, and it works over here, you know, these sharp 11 chords, because he's really big with the whole tone. So I just made that a F sharp 11. Even this I could make a C7 sharp 11. That works instead of a C half diminished. This I make a sharp 11 as well. F6 9 again. Yeah, because of that whole tone, I'll probably lean more on making it a minor 6 chord. Lots of sharp 11s here. I'm thinking, I really like how ballads sound on iReal Pro. By the way, I made a video about iReal vs Genius Jam Tracks. Those are the two backing track apps that I use, but I particularly like how ballads sound on iReal Pro. So I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna play along, just, you know, just to get more of a feel of it. You know, there isn't really a right or a wrong way of doing it. I could continue playing solo piano here, but I'm just gonna go ahead and do a backing track right now. Okay, well, I started getting into a little bit of improv where I've been trying this thing lately of using more of the melody. Then on the other hand, when you learn bebop, you know, you are taught all of these phrases and whatnot, and it becomes hard to create a beautiful phrase out of it, and it's just like a whole thing that you need to experience as a player and but I've just been trying to incorporate the melody, and you'll do that naturally when you play the melody more, you know, over and over. I guess it just tends to happen where you start to, I think also that's why I enjoy ballads, because ballads give you space to do other things as well. I would just say keep going, just keep going. The one thing about the song that I noticed is that I don't want to say it's modal, but it does give me like a modal vibe. But my interpretation sounds like a type of an E flat minor mode would work over this whole song, or majority of the song, and that's pretty much what I am using, with the exception of some instances like this one, this area. It's more of a turnaround into the A flat minor, B minor to E7, B flat minor to E flat 7. It's more of a turnaround. Then the rest still sounds kind of E flat minor modality, you know, because A flat minor to D flat 7 to G flat major is just the relative of E flat. Yeah. McCoy Tyner also really loved Monk. I remember reading that Monk and Bud Powell were some people who had influenced him, and Oscar Peterson. And sometimes when I listen to this tune and how it's arranged and like the type of soloing you would do over it, the McCoy Tyner material that I've practiced works over this. It actually kind of reminds me of McCoy Tyner in a way. For example, if I could play like McCoy Tyner material and it'll make sense, because if you're new to the channel, I check out a lot of McCoy Tyner stuff because I just love his playing. If you're not new to the channel, you already know that. But Tyner really loves like modal type of playing, and I don't mean just playing over modal tunes. He sticks to a modality a lot of the time when he plays. That's how he creates these melodic sounding phrases. So if I stick to E flat type of a scale, or pentatonic or blues, it's gonna sound good, I think. For example, I could add some like pentatonic kind of -6 things, a la McCoy Tyner. Maybe not over this one. Here.
And so on. That is one thing I notice about the tune. So pretty much when I work on a song, I think it's more about trying to understand what's happening conceptually rather than thinking about each chord exactly. That's how you really get to know the song. Like, you just want to get to know the song itself, not the chords, if that makes sense. And then I would just, at this point, you know, I would probably be about like halfway nearing the end of a practice session at this point. I'll play around a little bit more with it, and then I'll probably put on a backing track and then improvise some more, which is what I'll do now. Also, I've been in a season where trying to do as least as possible. I used to be in a season where I want to do as much as possible, but now I'm trying to find what's most important, you know, and say that. If you notice, I don't actually play full chords. I just try to play what the song needs. Just chord tones. And these monk tunes, chord tones work. But also I'm playing a synth EP. I think that's also influencing the way that I'm playing. In my PDF, there were also some bebop lines that I had attached. So, for example, you could take some licks and you work through. Once you've worked them over 12 keys in a different session, when you sit down to play your tune, you try to implement them. As you heard me improvise here, I was using licks and lines that I've worked, you know, over a period of time. And when I play a tune, I try to ensure that I use them in there, you know. So you can check the PDF out for that. If you want to check out some of those licks, there are 2 bebop licks and a pentatonic lick, as well as voicings and a whole lot of other things for practice that you would need. Right now, I'm going to jam Speak Low. I really like this tune. I'm doing Speak Low at 170 BPM.